Juliet, we're just learning, and Joe, you should know this as well. Apparently, officially, the gunman has been shot and killed by policemen. We're just learning that out of the Gilroy PD. They are confirming that the gunman has been shot and killed by law enforcement.
And I might add to that also information from our producers coming in that that's one of the 3 that have been reported dead. So the gunman on top of 2 other victims at the Gilroy Garlic Festival have been confirmed dead, and then a number of other injuries. So that just came in as well as you were talking.
Okay.
So that's our latest information, but still at the scene, it was still an active shooting scene and an active scene in that area, just to make sure that there weren't more out there in case this gunman was working with other people as well. But the information that you just got was that one confirmed dead was one of the the gunman.
Either the gunman or one of the gunmen, yes. There's things obviously happening, many things happening in connection with this, and following all that. Down in the newsroom, Liz Cook at the news desk. Liz?
Yeah, Brian and Juliet, I'm following some more information from some local hospitals. St. Louis Regional Hospital is saying that 6 people were transferred to the hospital with gunshot wounds, 7 people with non-gunshot wounds, and 3 are at the ER. Also, 7 gunshot wounds transferred to Santa Clara Valley Medical Center, and the injuries there range from critical to fair. As you can see in our screen here, we've also been monitoring Twitter. President Trump tweeting, quote, "Law enforcement is at the scene of shootings in Gilroy, California. Reports are that the shooter has not yet been apprehended." Of course, that information has just been updated. He says, "Be careful and safe." Also, presidential candidate Kamala Harris also weighing in, saying, quote, "Simply horrific. I'm grateful to the first responders who are on the scene in Gilroy, and my thoughts are with that community tonight. Our country has a gun violence epidemic that we cannot tolerate." Now, obviously, we've been hearing about the chaotic moments when the gunfire rang out during the last song of the concert there. Some people saying it sounded like fireworks, and then some people just started running right away. We spoke to one witness who was at the scene. Let's take a listen. You.
2 shots rang out first, and at the same time the music started for the concert, so I thought it was like a opening act for the concert. But after a few seconds there were so many shots, and I saw people falling down, kids falling down. I had to jump over 3 of the kids. One bullet passed me very closely and it hit our friend's booth, her chair, and the shrapnel got into her leg also, so she is injured there.
Yeah, that witness talking about this event, which is very family friendly. It is one of the premier events, not only for Gilroy, but for the entire Bay Area. It is world famous. Hashtag Pray for Gilroy is trending on Twitter. Lots of folks weighing in tonight, expressing their sadness and condolences for the victims and their families, and just remembering what a wonderful this event is and was intended to be. Juliet and Brian, back to you.
Liz, thank you. We want to go to Betty Yu now. She is live at Gilroy High School. And Betty, we understand that you have a witness there with you, someone that was at the festival at the time. Betty.
Juliet, I'm with Luis, and Luis lives right here in the neighborhood near the high school. And Luis, you were at the festival with your wife and your 15-month-old son. Tell us where you were when the gunfire rang out.
So right where everything started, we were just there about 3 minutes before, and my wife and my 50-month-old and my nephews as well. Then my wife said that if we can just go to the next side and try to check out the rest of the festival, and we left. And 3 minutes later, right where we were, is where everything happened, and we just heard popping sounds, and I knew right away that there were shots, and we just heard pop, 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 and we just went behind some tents and took cover, and we knew right away when we saw a lot of people just running away from there. I mean, it was a little bit scary. It was quite scary, especially being with my family and my 50-month-old son. And we live less than a mile away from the festival, and it's a tradition that we go every single year on the last day. And we take the stroller, and we just never expected for this to happen.
That's what we're hearing from so many people who make this a family tradition for them, and it is that. very popular festival, one of the largest food festivals in the whole country, and something like this is not what people expect. A lot of people are still trying to process what happened. How are you feeling?
Yeah, we're in the same. We're trying to process everything too. I mean, it was a little bit scary, especially right when we were coming out. We saw a gentleman being put on the back of a truck, and there were several people performing CPR. Then we saw a lady bleeding from her head, and a teenager girl bleeding from her shoulder as well. So we saw all of these happening within minutes of everything going on. So it was quite scary, and all we wanted to do was just to get out of there as soon as possible. But again, having a 50-month-old son and my wife and my nephews there, I didn't want to put them on risk. So we just waited a little bit and try to find. Like I said, we live really close where the festival is, and I knew the area, so I just wanted to kind of move away to where everything it was and make sure that it was safe for them to come home.
Luis, we're glad you're okay. Thank you for describing your firsthand experience with us.